Shalom, shalom, Akim. This is your brother Karath coming at you again with this truth, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the whole for the elect. Enough respect to you brothers that's preaching and teaching the truth all over the earth. Shalom. Today I want to get into a topic. You know, if you're staring death in the face, you still got to remain faithful to the Most High. Even when you're staring, you're staring death square in the face. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:16. It says, "We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father." Verse 17, "Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him." Salaki. Verse 18, "For if the just man be the son of Yahweh, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with spitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected." And that's what the enemies of, or our enemies, want to do. You know what what they will do. You know, they want to condemn us with a shameful death. You know, they want to condemn us with a shameful death. You know, but we have to be faithful unto death. You know, and we'll receive a crown of life. You know, and from there, I want to go to 1 Thessalonians 4:16. It says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and the trump of Yahweh, and the dead and Yahweh Shai HaMashiach shall rise first." And that's right, man. Because the ones that die, you know, the Most High, he's gonna give, he's gonna honor them, raising them from the dead, man. You know, the ones that had to give up the ghost for this truth. You know, the Most High, he doesn't forget your labor and love. You know. And from there, I want to go to Revelation 2 and in verse 10. Revelation 2:10, it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." It says, "Behold, the devil will cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life." And that 10 days is just it doesn't necessarily mean just 10 days. You know, it's going to be a certain amount of time. Some brothers are going to get thrown into FEMA camps, and they're going to suffer, you know. Because it says, "The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and he will give thee a crown of life." That's right. So some of us will have to give up the ghost for this truth. If that's your lot, you know. That's the bitterness of the scripture. When you eat the roll, it's sweet because, you know, you get all the benefits. But then it becomes bitter, because then you have to put your hands to the plow day in, day out. And you may have to suffer, and you may have to die, and be separated from your loved ones. That's the bitterness of the scriptures. You know. This is Revelation 6 and verse. I think I'm going to start at verse 6, Revelation 6:8. It says, "And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And the power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth." In verse 9, it says, "And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh and for the testimony which they held." And that's some people are gonna, they're gonna have to die because they're not gonna want us to preach in that name and the name of Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna be basically persecuted. The servant isn't above his Lord. So if Lord Yahweh Shai was persecuted, and if the apostles were persecuted, and the prophets were persecuted, then you can bet that you're going to experience persecution and death. And so, with some brothers are going to experience that. This is Revelation 14 and verse 13. It says, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them." And that's right, man. They'll die on this side, but like the scripture says, precious is, in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints, and you'll rest in the spirit realm. You'll get rest from your labors in the spirit realm. You get rest from your labors in it, and it also says that their works follow them. Your works, the Most High will remember your works. When you continue in righteousness, because the scripture also says when a righteous man turns from his righteousness, that his works won't be remembered, his good works. If you continue in righteousness, then your works will follow you even after death. Most High will reward you. And this is Revelation 20 and verse 4. It says, "And I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and the judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, 1,000 years." And that's right, man. They followed the Lamb wheresoever he goeth. And they didn't receive the mark of the beast, which is that RFID chip. And they wouldn't worship the beast, which means they wouldn't worship the system. They wouldn't worship the system. They wouldn't worship. They wouldn't do according to the ways of this society. And they came out of the ways of this society, and they wouldn't receive the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. And some of them had to die because of it. But the Lord honors them. And they're going to be able to reign with Yahweh Shai, in the kingdom to come. So when you're staring death in the face, you still have to be faithful to Yahweh. And with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.